Halloween is a week away, so you have plenty of time to mix up this delicious treat that we're making for this spooky holiday. Joining us to show us how to make pumpkin bread is Tinky Weisblat, food writer at tinkycooks.com. Tinky, always nice to be with you.
Always nice to be with you guys.
Can we talk about your outfit for a second?
Oh, well, I'm just getting kind of into the holiday spirit, and this is for everything.
If we could pan down a little bit, Tinky, you need to eat something. You're all skin and bones.
I don't think she's any skin. She's only bones.
Only bones. You need to eat something. You're wasting away in front of our eyes.
I know, isn't it sad?
Eat some of this pumpkin
We'll
bread.
make some pumpkin bread, and then we'll eat it. Yes,
All
and
right.
I actually do give out things like this on Halloween. You know, they say you have to be careful. What I do is I wrap it up in cellophane, and then I put, you know, I don't know if you guys are old enough to get all these mailing labels from charities, but I have gazillions.
I do too.
So I put it on the treat so that the kids can take it home and show their parents, and if they have any questions, they can get in touch with me so they know where it came from.
All right.
So do they mail? How do they get in touch with you? Is it the small community? Does everyone knows Tinky?
Everyone
right?
knows me anyway.
Oh, that's true. Because
True.
if you tried this in any city or town, they would say, "Throw that away. It's a crazy lady giving you treats that are
That's right,
handmade."
but not where I live.
But not where you live, and that's the best part.
So we're starting with our pumpkin, which is a 1 3/4 cups, which is the equivalent of a can.
Okay.
And then some canola oil, please. And I wanted to tell you guys, I know that people are concerned about canola oil, but this is non-genetically modified organic canola oil
So if you
that
get
I'm
the good
using.
stuff-
So I got this from, I'm sure there are other people who make it. This is La Tourangelle, but
it's in a metal
Wow.
case.
it's
You
in a
know
millet.
it's fancy. When
Yeah,
it's in a
and
nice
they,
case.
you know, they're very careful. So in that case, and sugar, please.
Sugar.
Why don't I turn it off and then?
How much sugar is that, Tinky?
That's what we. I think the technical term is a ton. Ashley.
A whole
I think
lot.
it's a lot.
But at least it's not the fake stuff.
It's real sugar, and we are making it. You know, if you're going to give out a treat on Halloween, at least it's got some good things in it.
Right?
Okay.
Now, flour?
No, flour last. Eggs one at a time, please.
Oh, that's your job, Seth.
Okay.
We don't care. Just there we
Here
go.
One of
This is a
these.
rustic little egg. The shell's got like a neat little design.
Whoa,
on it.
I think my friend Sheila has been having troubles because she was knocked over by one of her goats. So maybe the chickens are having a
Question:
little.
Is Sheila a friend of yours or a chicken?
She is a friend, but she has chickens and goats.
Wait, so
Who was knocked over?
Sheila,
the chicken or the
unfortunately.
goat?
why does she have lumpy eggs? Because of the
I
goat.
think it could, maybe the chickens are worried about her.
I can see that.
So confused.
Someone's hurt, and I hope they get better, whether you're a fowl or a person.
Bottom
That's
line,
right.
it's farm fresh eggs. Okay, that's all we
Okay.
care
That's
about.
the important part.
Now, baking soda and salt, please.
Okay. Little of this.
And then beautiful spices, cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, ginger.
It's all right
They are
here?
beautiful.
Yep. Aren't
at
they
that.
pretty, and they smell
You know,
so
I'm
good?
going to
whole
show everybody at
plateful?
home.
Oh,
they're
spices
gorgeous.
right there.
Oh,
And now
aren't they
dump them in.
beautiful? Please.
Oh.
Okay.
And we just stir.
Oh, I forgot about the water. We also need the water
Okay, here we are.
because the pumpkin is so thick. Go right ahead.
Nicely done.
Beautifully done, Seth. You're just a chef.
Oh, it smells nice.
And then, once we get this really nicely mixed up, it would have been smart if I'd brought up a spatula, but we'll just use our mixer as
That's
a
the way
spatula.
I do it. So if people want to know how I do this at home, I just
Insight into.
Ask you shares for
Yeah.
kitchen tips.
So glad you're dishing
Secret.
today.
Okay, now,
Is it flour time?
flour time. Oh, maybe just not all at
Oh,
once.
okay, here we go. Here's a little bit. Do your magic.
Okay, and then we have it very slow for the flour so that we don't lose the gluten in the flour.
Now, Tinky, you bake a lot, right?
This is correct.
Do you have a stand mixer at home?
I do.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to use.
Okay, so those are good if you're gonna bake
If you're
a lot.
baking a lot, on the other hand, sometimes I also have one of these. And you know, if you're in a hurry, just use this thing.
Really? Is it quicker?
It's quicker and it's less to wash.
Oh,
That
that's
is true.
And somehow or other, when I use my stand mixer, there's batter everywhere.
Oh.
So
Because you're having fun.
that is because I don't pay that much attention while I'm doing
Well,
it.
you know,
Well, isn't that the
that's,
point? You just set it and forget it? Or no, that's a slow cooker.
No way how that works. Yeah. Well, that's a scary proposition that you
And
say.
that's kind of
Yeah,
it, guys. How easy was that?
wicked easy.
And we pour it into greased and floured loaf pans, which I don't have here, but we will pretend that we have them.
Yes.
We put it in a 350 preheated oven.
For how long?
Well,
Ish.
we look at an hour.
Okay.
It usually takes an hour and 15 minutes, but often when I look at it after an hour and I put the toothpick in, the toothpick still comes out wet, but the bread is really looking kind of brown. So then I turn it down to 325.
Okay.
All right.
And then I cook it for the last whatever, pop it out, pop it onto my cooling pans, and then it's really nice and delicious. And we're going to have it later
Yes.
with
and
our
Mexican hot chocolate?
Mexican hot chocolate.
Mexican hot
for the
chocolate.
Day of the Dead.
Yes. All right, perfect. So we're doing that later. Don't you go anywhere.
We're back with Tinky Weisblat, food writer at TinkyCooks.com. Pumpkin bread.
We're eating the pumpkin bread that we made earlier in the show. That recipe is on mymassappeal.com. But now we're making Mexican hot chocolate.
Wait, can we go back to the pumpkin bread for 1 second?
I would love to.
It is
I have
so
to say
good,
that
Tinky.
who this recipe came from, because
did it
she's
come from?
terrific. Her name is Heather Welsh. Her husband runs M&M Produce in Deerfield.
Okay.
And so he, sells all the produce, and then she takes produce and makes stuff, and they sell that too. And when I first tasted the pumpkin bread, I was like, you really have to give me the recipe. And she did. Thank you, Heather.
Thank you,
Thank you, Heather. I
I
can't stop eating it.
And I thought when you said her husband is Eminem, I thought it was the hip hop artist Eminem.
Slim Shady.
He's
And I
about
thought
the
that's
same age,
impressive.
because M&M ain't no spring
He's
chicken
not
anymore.
a spring chicken. Let's make some Mexican hot chocolate.
We're
I think we
making
can all agree
Mexican
on
hot
that.
chocolate because we're celebrating the Day of the Dead.
Dia de los Muertos or something like that.
Exactly. And basically what I love about this time of year, Halloween and the Day of the Dead, is that, there's this intersection between fall, winter, and light, dark, death, life. And so Mexicans and many other people believe that on the midnight at Halloween, the gates of heaven open and dead people come back to visit us. So a friend of mine who's Mexican and lives in California has this giant shrine. This is my little tiny shrine. Can you guys show my little tiny shrine?
We just did, and it looked
You did?
good.
They have this giant shrine where you put out the favorite foods of the people you love. You'll see there's a picture of my parents eating Chinese food because they love
Oh,
Chinese
that's
food.
adorable.
Are they cute? And the skulls are very big. That bread is actually a special bread for Day of the Dead. But we're also making hot chocolate because that's something people eat on Day of the Dead. Plus, you make favorite foods of your loved ones. My father was like Mr. Chocolate.
Very cool.
So you've got it all figured out, Tinky.
Yes, so
and you even have the costume.
I do. Well,
if I
of
could
course.
just be like you.
So we
she's
have
got her act
quite
together.
hot milk here, and we're going to add in our grated Mexican chocolate. Now, if you don't have Mexican chocolate,
Yes.
then you're going to use regular cocoa mix that you have, and I would put in a pinch of cayenne pepper and a pinch of cinnamon.
Oh.
But we're using this Chile one, and that's a cinnamon one, but we're going for the hot stuff.
So for this reason, we don't have to put anything else in besides that chocolate.
No,
Okay.
exactly. So, and actually what's in that other container we also need.
Okay.
I started grating with my microplane, and then I got tired, so then I chopped.
I don't blame you.
There
Why
we
not?
go.
It's all going to melt
So
anyway,
the chocolate goes in the hot milk, and we've taken it off the fire flame to do this, and we put in a pinch of salt.
Okay.
right? Okay.
And then we mix it for a minute.
But you don't add, because the chocolate that you're using already has chili.
We're not adding chili.
We're not adding anything.
And we're going to add, I'm going to put a cinnamon stick in your cups.
Okay.
Now, this
Oh.
doesn't look very mixed, but that is why, da-da-da-da,
Da-da-da-da.
I have
I don't know what I'm saying that for, though.
my immersion blender.
Okay, that's what we're saying that
stand
for.
back.
Just fun to say.
I just like
Stand
saying
back.
it. What?
You may want to stand back.
I've had lemon on me today, and now I'm getting some chocolate.
It's Friday.
All in all, I can't complain, and this is a great way to get me ready for the weekend.
It sure is.
I
This
think
pretty
that is
easy.
ready.
Mexican chocolate and some salt. Now, why the salt? Does that just bring out the sweetness?
Just brings out the flavor of the chocolate, exactly.
I
And
love it.
that is ready, guys. Now we're going to spoon it into a mug.
Okay.
Pardon my mess.
Now, is it going to be spicy? Will my mouth
It will be a little bit spicy.
And what do you like to enjoy this with?
I would have some of the dead bread, but I think we might have the pumpkin bread too. But if
The
you'd like,
dead bread.
if you'd like some dead bread, I will give you some dead bread. The dead bread that you classically make, which is over on my altar, is kind of like a brioche or a
Like a
challah.
challah bread. Uh-huh.
It's an eggy, slightly sweet bread, and you can also put a little bit of cinnamon or anise or whatever you want in that too. Okay, I think we're stopping. We're
All right.
putting in our little
Cinnamon stick. I'm gonna cut us another
sticks.
slice of this good old
We're having
pumpkin
a
bread.
little
good.
pumpkin bread.
Yeah.
Okay, Ashley, it's very hot. I should have. How about if I pour a little cold milk in just to cool it off?
Oh no, this is perfect.
Blow
It's gonna
on it.
warm
I don't
my
want to
soul.
burn your tongue, honey.
You know what? I'll just have some of the foam.
Oh, okay. What do you think? You like the spice?
That is
Hey, share the wealth, friend.
warm throughout. my
Maybe not
body.
share the wealth. All
That
right.
is really good. It's got a zing to it.
It's got a little kick, but it's got the sweetness and the chocolate flavor. I mean, those Mexicans know what they're doing.
They do. Oh my goodness. Isn't
Yeah.
it interesting?
That's good.
It's
So-
spicy.
So
but
take me through
chocolate.
one more time. It's Mexican chocolate, or if you don't have it, some cayenne pepper and some cinnamon.
And some real chocolate.
some
Yeah,
real
some regular chocolate. And this is slightly sweetened chocolate, so we don't have to add sugar. And then we heat our milk. Cut up our chocolate, put it in off the flame, put in our pinch of salt, and then you fluff it. And you could fluff it also with a whisk if you don't have an immersion
All the
blender.
fluff.
Mexican people have this little thing, I can't remember what it's called, but that you turn.
I know. I have one at my house. Oh, we'll
That's
get
so
the answer
good.
for you on Monday.
Here's
It's
to
going to
you.
drive me nuts all
And
weekend.
you, and
Cheers.
you. All of
Cheers.
these delicious
Happy
recipes
Day of the Dead.
and even more Halloween fun can be found on our website,
Aw.
mymassappeal.com.